Hey everyone, it's Tori and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. For today's video, I'm sharing how to make a vision board in your bullet journal. These are 4 vision boards I've made in years past just to give you a little extra inspiration before we hop into my 2024 vision board. If these look too intimidating or too elaborate to you, don't worry, we're going to break my vision board process down into 5 easy steps. Starting with step 1, make a list of goals you have for yourself in the new year. I'm breaking open my 2023 bullet journal because I have some unused pages in the back in order to make a quick list for 2024 goals. You can also do this on any scrap paper you have lying around. All you need is something to write with and a place to write it. I've divided this page into 6 sections, which are bujo, work, financial, read, crochet, and cook. I wish I added health in here too, but I ended up incorporating that into my vision board later. You can make any sections you want or just do a complete brain dump of literally any goals you have for yourself. Your goal setting process is completely up to you. I personally like to write 2 to 3 goals that fall under different categories so I can mentally prepare what photos I'm going to want to see in my vision board. Which brings me to step 2, choose photos based on what you want your life to look like this year and goals you want to achieve. I always turn to Pinterest when it comes to finding photos for my vision boards, and I just type things in like health aesthetic, cooking aesthetic, whatever goal you have, slap aesthetic on the end and you can find super cute and motivating photos. I like to have 2 types of photos in my vision board, one sheet with a bunch of photos and words that are directly related to my goals, and one with some larger photos that are neutral tone background pictures to give my vision board some interest. I specifically look for a lot of neutral tone photos because it helps everything look cohesive when it's all together, rather than having a bunch of pops of color everywhere, but that's just personal preference. You do you. If you like a bunch of different colors, that is totally fine. I'm just a neutral girly. I also like to print my photos out on sticker paper so I can paste everything down more easily than glue or glue tape. It just makes everything easier for me in the long run. And by the way, I literally just used Google Slides to set up this collage on an 8x11 size slide, but you can also use Google Docs, PowerPoint, Word, Publisher, Photoshop, whatever document program you are comfortable using, use that one. After cutting out all my images I have here, it's time to move on to step 3, choose words based on your goals and the groups of pictures that you plan to put on your vision board. I think it's super important to not only add images to your vision board, but also motivating words. I had a couple words that I found on Pinterest that I wanted to be larger than the little subheadings I'm writing now. One of those words is cozy because that's my word of the year, so I wanted it to be the largest word in the middle of my spread since that's the specific word I've chosen to live by for all of 2024. I personally love picking a word of the year, but it's definitely not necessary to have for a vision board. I just love the mix of motivating words with my photos. Now that we've got photos and words, we're moving on to step 4, prepping the layout for your vision board. I'm taking out my brand new 2024 bullet journal that I set up in a video a couple days ago, which will be linked in the cards if you're interested, and I set aside a 2-page spread in my yearly pages for the purpose of putting in my vision board here. One tip I have for you guys is to work in layers, starting with your largest images and working your way down to the smallest photos and words, so nothing gets lost. I'm sticking down my backgrounds in the corners to balance the pages before starting to place down my goals-oriented pictures. I actually put my pictures into groups, just like I sectioned out my goals in writing in the beginning of this video. So just to give you a little bit of a background, I want to start vlogging in 2024. I have the word scrapbook, cook, save money, crochet, move out because I'm currently apartment hunting with my boyfriend, movement because writing the heading work out is too intimidating for me personally, and then I have the words doodle and read. And I'm just laying out all of those sections of headings and photos into the little groups in my vision board just to make sure everything fits and is exactly where I want it. I also have a couple social media logos because that's a big part of my life as well, and I want to continue growing my YouTube and Instagram. Another tip I have when you're laying out your vision board, and this is probably my most important tip when laying out your vision board, is to take a picture of what you have before you paste anything down so you don't forget where you put everything when we move on to step 5, start sticking down all of your vision board elements. I'm using a mix of peeling the back off my sticker paper and my Tombow tape runner for elements that don't already have a sticky back. You can also use a glue stick or double-sided tape if you prefer. I like to work in my little sections across the spread and make a mental note of which images are layered over others. Then I stick down the bottommost layer of photos first and work my way up to the topmost layer, if that makes sense. Collaging is a lot of trial and error and a whole lot of layering and balancing everything across the whole spread. You know, it's kind of like a sandwich. It's kind of like making a sandwich. You have all the ingredients out and you work your way up to the top, making sure there's not too much or too little of each ingredient. That probably got a little bit too far from what I'm trying to explain, but it made sense in my head. I am finishing off my vision board with one more thing that I believe is imperative, and that is adding in the title and year of the vision board you've created. This can totally also be done first. I was just prioritizing the goal buzzwords and photos, if that makes sense. I really didn't want to make the title too big and not have enough room for everything else I included, so that's why I left it till the last minute. But yeah, guys, this is the final look at my 2024 vision board spread. I hope you all got a little inspiration for the beginning of year journaling and goal setting, and please leave a sandwich emoji in your comment for my awful collaging analogy. Let's confuse all the people who didn't make it to the end of this video in the comment section. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe while you're here. Also, don't forget to check out my bullet journal social medias. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!